Coming behind Marco Polo will be one of the outstanding junior high school bands in a city known for its music, and that's the Andrew J. Bell Junior High School. Andrew J. Bell, as the young people from Bell like to profess, A.J. Bell, the band is swell. Donald Richardson is the director of the Andrew J. Bell Junior High School Band.
Catch throws.
What are you doing?
I was always on the other side of throwing, but now I'm going to catch them all. I'm going to catch them all.
And I think they found where you're sitting, and they're letting you have it.
Uh-huh.
You caught a pile right in the right knee.
I caught this big old bunch, but that was okay. My knee's okay.
When you go back to Chicago and to the West Coast, what are you going to tell people about the Mardi Gras?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where I'd even start.
This would be a great theme for the Wonder Years, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You keep enjoying yourself, young man.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. He is all over this stage, just picking up everything and anything that is being thrown in his direction, as you can imagine, having a great time. Float number 4, Socrates, a simple man who asks simple questions while always seeking the truth. Atop the float, a large mansion with a broad terrace above the lush rolling hills of the Greek countryside. The legacy Socrates left us was the belief that a man's conscience, the final master of his fate. Socrates on a float depicting the beauty of Athens in its days of glory. Oh, look out, Harry. And as we watch Socrates float past us and welcome the Madison High School Band from Houston, Texas, we also welcome to our camera Sheriff Harry Lee. Sheriff, got that costume on again.
I got the same thing.
There we are.
How you doing?
What do you think?
Good, it's a great show, isn't it?
Always.
Oh, it's always the best.
How is the Mardi Gras going in Jefferson Parish?
We're doing fine. They moved up pretty fast last night because they got a little cold last night.
A little chilly.
Everything's fine, though.
Family all right?
Everybody's fine, Ed.
Good. We thank you.
Good.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
And Jeffersonian puts it on.
Well, that's right. Yeah, well, he lives 2 lives. Again, referring, of course, to the captain of Endymion, who lives in Kenner and is a member of the Jefferson Parish Council, Ed Muniz. And we are about to take a good look at the next float coming in view. Float number 5. Christopher Columbus is the theme. It's a round world that Christopher Columbus presents to us from the front of a massive superfloat, swirling with ocean waves of blue and silver, and a bobbing replica of the Santa Maria. Float number 5. The men who sailed with Christopher Columbus. Oh, thank you. Oh, you take your life in your hands. Thank you. Yes, sir. There ain't no place like New Orleans, and there ain't nothing like the Mardi Gras. And that was float number 5. And we've got a moment, and this might be a good opportunity for our director, who this evening is Jerry Jacob, to let us know who our sponsors, our underwriters are for this telecast live in color from the Louisiana Superdome. And they are good friends of ours, including the good folks at the Hilton River Center.
Already a Louisiana tradition, Ralph and Cacoo's offers a vast selection of the finest Gulf Coast seafood in the area. With 2 locations, 601 Veterans Boulevard and 519 Toulouse Street, you can always find the time to stop by and enjoy fresh Gulf Coast seafood prepared in over 100 ways. From the moment you break open the first hush puppy, you'll know to expect a superb meal that promises to satisfy the most discerning palate.
We help protect your plans and dreams. Our agents are the key. Together we make America work. We're USF&G. From the mountains edge to the ocean's edge, we ensure you every day. We protect what America's made of. We cover the USA.
Float number 6, Julius Caesar. Big Julie and all of his gang. The Emperor of Rome standing majestically in front of his royal apartment, a solid edifice of marble with gleaming red columns draped in royal purple. Caesar dressed in the robes of nobility, wearing a crown of golden laurel. Julius Caesar, one of the great men who changed the world. You need a battle jacket. Mr. Mayor, you got one right in the, right where you didn't want it. Mayor Sidney Barthélemy of the city of New Orleans. Mr. Mayor, great carnival this year.
Oh, it's beautiful. The night was beautiful even with the rain. They had a tremendous number of people in the street. I guess close to 1 million people in the streets, even with the rain.
Well, the people in New Orleans really not that concerned about bad weather when they know there's a good time coming.
No, and this parade was truly beautiful. I think a lot of people came out to see it, even with the bad weather. It was a beautiful parade.
Overall, your thoughts about Carnival thus far this year?
I think it's been a good carnival. So far, there hasn't been any major problem throughout the parades, so we feel pretty good at the way things are going. We have a lot of visitors in town. All the hotels are filled. So economically, it's going to be a good Mardi Gras for us.
And Mr. Mayor, certainly a tribute to the people who worked for you in the city of New Orleans, the police, firemen, sanitation department, all of the people who get together and really make this city hum.
Oh, we really owe a lot to the city employees because they're working under very dire circumstances, very little money, but they're out there still doing the job, and we're very, very fortunate to have the caliber of people that we do have.
Well, for you and Mickey Barthélemy, your lovely wife, a very, very happy, pleasant, safe Mardi Gras, and thank you for being with us on our telecast this evening.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Same to you. Happy Mardi Gras to everybody in television land.
I want you to face forward before this next float comes, or you might get it right in the back of the head again.
You're right. It's dangerous up here.
Thank you, Mayor Sidney Barthélemy. And we are on float number 7, Attilla the Hun. Sweeping into Eastern and Central Europe from Asia during the 4th century, Attila the Hun changed the face of warfare, and he taught Western civilization the meaning of terror. Attila, known as the Scourge of God, prepares to charge his fierce stallion once again into battle. Behind him, a huge ox pulling Attila's royal wagon. Attila the Hun. And as a sign, it says, "Hi, Margie, it's me. I wonder who he's looking for." Margie, I get the feeling he was on the wrong side of the float. Oh, look out. Got it. Thank you, Mr. Good throw. From Montgomery, Alabama. No, this is the Tulane University Naval ROTC Drum and Bugle Corps playing the Navy hymn and the Marine Corps hymn. Tulane drill team following the Drum and Bugle Corps, the Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps on the campus of Tulane, and has long been a colorful part of the Tulane military history and the character of that great university here in New Orleans. And the drill team saluting the captain of Endymion and his guests with a special performance. And from the Clerk of Courts building in the City Hall and Courthouse in New Orleans comes a very happy rider. A little cold out there, Ed Lombard.
I didn't feel a cold. There were so many people out there. They were just a marvelous crowd. It was a great parade. This is about my 7th year riding with Endymion, and despite the rain and the cold, it was one of my best rides.
And you really don't sense that cold because the adrenaline is pumping, isn't it?
Not at all. Not at all. It's back. I'm hot now. I didn't feel it at all.
And how were the crowds?
The crowds were thick all over. Carrollton and Canal was about 20 deep, about 10 all along Canal Street. It's one of the biggest crowds I've seen.
Thank you for being with us as we take a look at yet another great float. Float number 8, Ludwig van Beethoven. A giant, precisely sculpted bust of the genius composer and pianist dominating the front of this super float. Beethoven changed the sound of music in the early 19th century. The perfection of his compositions and the soaring power and emotion of his symphonies proved that instrumental music could have a grandeur never before thought possible. Float number 8. One of the great men changed the world. Ludwig van Beethoven. You wouldn't believe what's coming off of this float. Not just single rows of beads, bags of beads. Gross of beads. And this is Southside High School Band from the state of Georgia. The Southside High School Band, directed by Forrest Hopkins. Float number 9, a salute to Henry VIII, legendary for the number of his wives and his love for food. Henry VIII, the first Tudor king of England, hale and hearty on the front of his float, holding up a tasty drumstick. His dinner table crowded with roast meats, fresh fruit and breads, and the hearth blazing with warmth. The rear of the float depicting Henry's darker side, his violent break with the papacy, which led to the beginning of Protestantism, and the executioner's axe used to dispatch most of his 6 wives. He didn't believe in divorce, he believed in death. Great close-up of the face of Henry VIII. And let's pause for just a moment as we once again thank those very kind people who have helped underwrite our telecast for you this evening.
I think it rolled in here. Oh, hello. Don't you just love the music on Light 105 FM? They played the best light rock from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, like Billy Joel, Whitney Houston, and Hall & Oates. Didn't they used to be a breakfast cereal? In fact, hang on, sister, I can't hear myself think, honey. In fact, sister's been learning some of the music. Make it smoke, sister. Go, girl. Light 105 FM, the light you never turn off. Be sweet.
King, Mr. Owen Haynes, King Zulu, 1989. We have that low, what happened to the low key? King, we have a little token of this day. It's a low key. We'll make sure that you get through the rest of this day. It's a remembrance from us to you to remember this, your special day. King Zulu, 1989. Now, when he starts to move off, you know, we were kind of warm. Maybe everybody has gotten so warm you don't know what to do. This is King Zulu 1989. Let's hear it once for the king. Twice for the king. 3 times for the king. Y'all still a sad bunch.
Well, it's a grand day for O.J. Haynes. Royal toast by Jim Singleton. It's a cute picture of the mayor with his camera taking pictures of Zulu.
How you
I
doing,
love
Doc?
it.
If people are wondering if Jim Singleton is training to be an astronaut, the answer is no. He has on racquetball glasses.
Racquetball glasses.
Which is a rather common thing on Mardi Gras Day.
Well, I
You
think
see
it's
a lot
good
of
as
those.
protective eye gear for all the beads that he is hoping to get.
We've
I
got
guess
our
they do
chicken
get
wire, and Jim Singleton's got his racquetball glasses. I think the one thing we need in Mardi Gras parades are more bands and more music, because every time a band comes by, like Southern University or any of the jazz bands, I think you can feel the crowd get up.
You know, you
People
really
get more in the spirit.
And it makes you want to dance in the street, and it's fun. The group that's coming right now is going to be dancing in the street.
Well, as you well know, it never makes me want to dance because I don't like to hurt people.
Well, no, but if you just tap your feet, just try to tap your feet, Garland. I know you can do it. Come on, like that.
I don't know. I was hurt in the war.
Next year, ballet, right?
Exactly.
We are having fun here. We truly are. This is really a nice day. It is not as cold as it looks. It's getting a little windy. That's a problem. We're not going to worry. We're just going to have fun because we have the Carnival Spirit 89, and we'll be back with more after this.
The basic philosophy is that we're really set up as a specialty hospital, a team of not only the clinical people and the nurses, but the other patients. And so once we do the evaluation, then we meet as a team and really develop a treatment plan. If you have a problem, you identify it, you have a way of working on it, you get better.
Joe Ellen Smith Psychiatric Hospital, working together, looking ahead. Your all-star GMC truck dealers announced 4.9% financing, effective immediately.
Get 4.9 financing on all new 1988 and 1989 S15 pickups. Or choose a cash alternative of up to $750 cash back, depending on the S15 pickup you choose. Repeat, 4.9 financing on new 88 and 89 S15 pickups. Or a cash alternative.
See your all-star GMC truck dealer, Crown, Superior, Benson, Causeway, John Brown, Canoyer, and Don Harris.
Yes, Pat. Yes, sir, Pat. Yes, sir, Pat.
There you go. Don't accept Pat answers.
Where?
I'm not going to tell you. It's too personal.
No.
It's kind of a personal thing.
But that's not worth going into right now.
No.
No.
And don't ask Pat questions.
Can I buy a ball?
But watch Pat's show, okay?
What is going on lately? I don't know.
Mention my name and you'll get a good seat.
Don't miss the Pat Sajak Show, tonight at 11:05.
Right here on WWL-TV, Channel 4.
Special coverage of Carnival Spirit 89 is being brought to you by Joe Ellen Smith Psychiatric Hospital and the GMC Truck Division.
are back on Canal Street live for Mardi Gras 89. And Arthur, we've got a couple of people here from Japanese television, some people that you've been working with over the past several days.
We have a whole crew of 6 people in. This is Mr. Hiro Amano, who can tell us a little bit about what they're doing here.
Yeah, what are you doing here besides Mardi Gras, I guess?
Well, this is a quiz program in Japan called View of the World, and this is the director, Mr. Imai. We're going to make a series of questions for the quiz program based around Mardi Gras and various things around New Orleans.
Well, really, so you're taping then segments that'll be like on the game show there, and then you'll show something, and then they'll have to try and answer it?
Yeah, that's right. We're going to show interesting things, unusual things about this area, and try and get our contestants to guess what the story behind the object is, or whatever that we
I imagine you've seen quite a few unusual things already today.
Oh, well, it's been cold, so we haven't seen as many unusual things as we'd like, but I think this will be a very good program.
Now, how popular is this game show back in Japan?
Oh, very popular. It's one of the top-rated game shows in Japan.
Oh, really? And now, what's the object of the game, then? It's not like Wheel of Fortune here, I guess.
No.
No Vanna there, I suppose.
Contestants are actually celebrities, and the viewers get prizes, but they write in. The contestants are all singers or popular actors who try and answer the questions.
And what are some of the things that you've videotaped so far?
Oh, so far we've just shot the parades, and we're going to kind of try and do one around one question that we thought of was people have these green shovel-like things for catching the throws in, and we thought we'd show that and ask our contestants what it is, and they had to try and guess what it's used for.
Now, do a lot of people in Japan have a general idea what Mardi Gras is all about?
More and more, I think. We've seen quite a few Japanese tourists here today and the other day when we were shooting, and I think more and more people in Japan are becoming interested in this kind of holiday in America. It's unusual for the U.S. too, I think.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by with us this morning, and hope the rest of your stay in New Orleans goes well.
Thank you very much.
All right, Arthur, let's throw it back to Gallier Hall now.
Great.
Thank you, Eric.
Listen, the high point, at least for us up in the stands here, the St. Aug Band. We ought to just let people at home listen to this. They are fabulous.
Band performs all over the country. Got to be one of the most popular bands in Mardi Gras.
Absolutely. I have a very dear friend, Ruby Jackson, whose grandson is playing in that. I wish I knew which instrument he was playing.
Never have understood how you march and blow a horn.
See, that's it. And they never lose step, and they're playing a variety of songs, and they're staying in line. That's a lot of talent. And this is what, a 6-mile walk they have?
I'm still having a rough time with that walking and chewing gum. Again, the stands at Gallier Hall. Mickey Bartholomew and her friend, racquetball champion Jim Singleton. All right.
Wonderful. Just wonderful.
And following this, we will get a shot of Queen Zulu. This year it's going to be Miss Betty Patricia Wilson.
And she looks absolutely stunning. She is a local woman who went to local high schools and I believe to Xavier University and is now the vice president of a funeral home.
One of these days we're going to have to do a series of reports on Xavier University. I don't think New Orleans natives understand what an incredible institution that is.
You're right.
They put more people into Harvard and Yale pharmacology students than I think in any place in the country. One of the absolutely fabulous universities, schools in this area and the country.
There's the Queen. Queen Zulu 1989, and she really does look beautiful, and she looks very warm.
I was reading last night that the what looks like the feather boa is something called eyelash something. You're a fashion plate. Do you know what that means?
No, I don't. My eyes are so bad I can barely see the feather boa.
We should have got you one of those Braille parades. Masha and Bushi, we ain't got not even one feather boa, and we definitely ain't got no eyelash feathers.
I think that is eyelashes of the swan. Sounds good. Here we go. Why don't we go over to the Eiffel Tower where Bill and Frank are, and then we'll come back to see more of Zulu. Bill, Frank.
Yeah, Angela, let me tell you, right now what you're looking at is the toll booth of the Mississippi River. It left the West Bank, and it's over here with us at the Eiffel Tower. No tolls will be paid today, y'all, I promise you.
That's about the 5th version of this theme we've seen this morning.
It sure has. It sure has.
But you know, Frank, that's a good costume. They're staying warm inside.
And you notice they all got little plexiglass right in the front of them, too, to keep the beads and the throws away from them.
Only the automobiles are not staying warm.
And if you look behind them, Bill, if Keith, we can get a shot, there's the Jefferson City Buzzards. Everybody wave out there from the Buzzards, y'all. That's one of the oldest marching groups in the city of New Orleans. These people are so involved, they even have practice parades.
Yes.
So they make sure they can get drunk enough the first time around. And if anybody's still standing, they say, we're going to do it again until we get it right. You talk about a good-looking group of guys. Well, maybe it's more aptly described, Bill, as a motley crew.
No skinny ones in there, Frank.
You're right. Now, you know, earlier this morning, Rex was getting dressed. And there's a big entourage of people that dress His Royal Majesty, and he was toasting some of the other kings of Carnival. Let's take a look at that tape that we're going to roll. There's his Royal Highness, and as you can see, the pomp and pageantry of Mardi Gras is ever so alive.
This thing's been played out for just, well, almost 100 years.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it all takes place at the Royal Den, His Majesty's Royal Den.
On Claiborne Avenue.
They pose for pictures in all their, what is it, their regalia? I guess that's a proper terminology for Mardi Gras. I wonder how much they consume, how much antifreeze is consumed. Look, they even raised them masks. That must be some kind of carnival tradition. And then they meet each other and they stand there for pictures. One compares to the other one how the reign shall go and what they should rule of as the Lord of Misrule.
Actually, it's kind of subdued in there. I rode with Rex about 2 years ago, as you might recall.
That's right, you did.
And I got to be in there where you're watching right now, and it's sort of a courtly, gentlemanly place to be. It's just not a whole lot of frivolity and cutting up in there.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
it
it's kind of subdued, and it's yes, like they're actually royalty.
Well, you look good the year you rode. Folks, y'all remember seeing Bill when he rode, huh? He looked so stately up there.
I felt stately.
Majestic.
You know, it's a strange thing when you're riding in a Mardi Gras parade on a float. You think you're the one that everyone's looking at.
Yeah.
You know?
And I got a cute story to tell you that last year, it was about 2 years ago, there was some royal dignitary had come in town, like the King of England or whatever. And they said, now make sure when Rex comes by, they toast this dignitary. So Rex came by and he was looking in the other direction. And afterwards they said, what did you do? What happened here? And they said, I don't know, we gave him the house number. Now can you imagine finding a house number when you can't see anything but street and people and faces you don't know what it is? Oh, I gotta tell y'all missed a great band just a minute ago.
Oh, what's the great band?
You're gonna see it in a minute, Angela Garland. They went
No,
that's not it. How'd it go? Well, y'all will see what they do it better than we do. But y'all watch it. We're gonna come back. Let's go to Angela. I know it's the wrong song. We're going to Angela Garland. Y'all having as much fun as we're having?
We're having a ball, but we're going to save the public. We're not going to sing.
Yeah, those two guys sure are white.
Let me tell you, I just got a really good look at Queen Zulu's dress, and it's spectacular. It's a gold lame with magnificent, reminds me of the Good Earth, multicolored flowers all along the skirt of it. It is truly magnificent. And she's about to get her royal toast, I understand, from Councilman Singleton. You know that huge limousine that we always talk about, the biggest limousine in the history of the universe? that's what's handling her family today. It's beautiful.
Uptown New Orleans. We're salute you. Queen Zulu, 1989. Hail the Queen. The Static Wilson.
Thank you.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Same to you.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. And with Atilla Wilson, let's give a big hand now. Queen Zulu, 1989. I know politicians shouldn't ask for favors, and I asked for one of you to deliver. I'm going to ask you one more time. Let's hear it for the Queen. And you got one last in. This is the third time. I want to hear it, and I want to hear it, and I want to hear it, and hear it. Let's hear it for the Queen.
Guys said to watch out for the hard wheels under the float. We can't cut across. We got to get back before a float comes, because if it cuts, it goes over this instead of across the shit out.
We have a little token here, the key to the city. It'll open a lot of doors for you as long as you go down the street today and make sure that you're going to get to the parade. So it's a little token from us to you, the mayor, the council, and your law subjects. Let's hail the Queen. Let's drop it. Okay. Queen Zulu, 1989.
Angela, I don't know if we can get a shot of the limousine that follows Queen Zulu, but it has an interesting story behind it.
Mr. Wright.
You see it as the float goes out of the way.
That's one
A couple of years
the Queen's,
ago,
family is in.
A couple of years ago, we were going to rent that limousine for Jim Henderson's wife Carol's birthday. Now this thing is about 20 feet long, and it has, I think they call it a rumpled seat all the way in the back, and we were going to sit her outside and parade her through the city. Jim developed a hairball, and we had to cancel it. But if Carol is listening today, be advised that one day you will ride in the Queen's limousine. Ground level shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like y'all to meet a former
hoping for
Queen
those
Zulu
beads and those coconuts.
and mother of today's Queen Zulu, Miss Estelle Wilson.
That's right. Do you know that the Queen's mother
Thank you,
was
dear. We
the
appreciate
Queen of
that.
Zulu some years ago?
Ah, all in the family.
Yes.
This is Gallier Hall.
Yeah. How you doing,
On a
Mark?
blustery day, but not near
having
as
a
cold
good
as we
time?
thought it would be. And thank goodness,
Just as
no rain
always?
thus far, not even a mist.
As
You know,
always,
you can look all the way down or up St. Charles Avenue, and it's packed. It really is packed.
All right, what you're looking at right now are the maids of
Mark,
Zulu,
some people
and we'll
tell
show
me
you
that
more of the Zulu parade right after this.
We have Secure Care Preferred.
Fine, you have Secure Care Preferred.
Good thing I have Secure Care Preferred.
If you're 65 or older and on Medicare, this is the card you need. So call this toll-free number now. Because this year, although your Medicare benefits have changed, one thing hasn't. You still must pay costly deductibles and co-payments, plus all the other expenses Medicare won't cover at all. That's why you should carry Secure Care Preferred, the Medicare supplement insurance plan that gives you more. It covers the basics you expect, your hospital deductible, plus your doctor and skilled nursing co-payments. But your expenses don't stop there, and neither do we. Secure Care Preferred goes above and beyond basic Medicare supplements in 3 important ways. 1, it helps pay your excess doctor bills when the doctor charges more than Medicare allows. 2, extends your skilled nursing facility coverage. 3, helps pay for care in your home when you're recovering from a hospital stay. Nurses, therapists, recovery prescription drugs, even someone to fix your meals. That's Secure Care Preferred. And one other important difference. You'll have one service representative specifically assigned to you to answer all your questions. Not just a service department, but a service person. Shouldn't you have Secure Care Preferred? See for yourself what makes us so different. Call today.
If you're 65 or older, call 1-800-826-2220 for free information on Secure Care Preferred. You'll get this Western Union package showing the benefits and service that make Secure Care Preferred so special, and also the name of your representative to call with questions. Call 1-800-826-2220. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-826-2220. Call now.
It is a cold but very happy Mardi Gras here on Bourbon Street. We are on a balcony of the Royal Sonesta Hotel just down the street from Bienville Street. And just a few minutes ago, we should show you the crowds first. Everybody wave. Happy Mardi Gras. As you can see, everybody's dressed very, very warmly. It is cold out here. If you've not left home yet, please bundle up. A few minutes ago, Bill Capo caught the Pete Fountain half-fast walking club coming down Bourbon Street, and here they are.
Okay. Has to be the most famous person on Mardi Gras Day besides Rex and maybe Zulu, Pete Fountain, and the Half-Fast Marching Club. Thank you, Bill. What are you guys?
We summarize. But our summarize are hiding someplace. The samurai.
So what's your name as a samurai warrior?
Peter Samurai.
Peter Samurai, yes. Tell me about your costume here.
Costume is made, 4 pieces of glass, and samurai hair.
You've spent all year growing that samurai hair.
Yeah, and it's been real cold today. All the birds in the house won't come out.
I heard your pants fell off.
Yeah, they did. But the ones here, just a little stretchy, but I have three more layers under that, so everybody's safe. The whole world is safe.
How's the march been going this morning?
It's been pretty good. It looked cold. On St. Charles Street, it got a little cold. So I had to put my hat on for a little while. I have a Russian hat that goes with the samurai.
Oh, so you're the Russian samurai.
Russian samurai. Peter, Russian samurai.
Is that called digitized?
That's right. Well, that didn't get into your thing, man. Yeah, we're on our way to the Blue Angel now to get a little taste and to relieve us.
Yeah.
More taste and relief.
Yeah, more taste, okay. Peter, that's great.
We see you up to 3 in a minute?
Yeah, we'll see you.
All right.
As you go into the Royal Sonesta, the balcony, wait for it. Wave at it.
Sure will. We'll be down there in about a half hour. I hope. If not, go look for me.
Audrey, back to you. Happy Mardi Gras from Pete Fountain and Bill Capo.
Thanks, Bill. And I think someone just found Pete Fountain's pants. They threw them up here on the balcony to us. Time to say hello again. Happy Mardi Gras, Channel 4. Happy Mardi Gras. We've got a real friendly crowd out here, but everybody knows how cold it is, and they've all bundled up. It's not quite shoulder to shoulder yet, but we're sure it's going to be that way real soon because they're coming in real quickly. And here comes the liquor crowd. All the liquor bottles. There they are. It's a good crowd here. A lot of out-of-towners. They're letting us know that they're in here from out of town, and a lot of locals as well. We go to Gallia Hall now for another look at the continuing parades to Angela, Garland, and Jim. Gallia Hall.
Thank you, Andre. You know, it's a little-known fact, and I probably shouldn't reveal it here today. You know, in the back of your driver's license where you leave your liver and corneas or whatever when you're gone, I have left my hair to Pete Fountain. It's something I just felt like today was a good day to reveal it to the public.
But you know, that means he's probably taken a contract out on you. We are having a wonderful time over here at Gallier Hall. We've had the greatest bands. It was the Kennedy Cougar Band that just played. Gets everybody in the spirit. And the floats, the Zulu floats, have finally arrived. And people are really reaching out saying, throw me something, mister. Get that coveted coconut or just some of the magnificent beads.
And I'm told that, what's his name, down at ground level, apparently has an interview lined up with an actor who is well known to everybody in Booty, John Lithgow.
Yes, know him well.
Robinette is wrong again. Hey, imagine that. A little celebration time on Mardi Gras.
We have been watching them try to film this, and it's fascinating because you know how difficult it is to get in between bands and floats. These actors are running across the street, and then the cameraman runs across the street. We're waiting for disaster.
He almost got trampled by the horses a little while ago. Anyway, he's going to have the interview with John Lithgow a little bit later.
You know,
in the meantime,
I think we're going to recognize him as soon as we see him.
Well, they just had a shot on him at ground level. With the actress who we had talked about earlier that had been in CBS. There they are. It's John Lithgow, and the girl's name is Margaret Collins.
Everyone will recognize her. She is so talented. Jim, it's all yours.
Hard time hearing you. Hey, John, can I get a quick word with you, please?
Listen, they'll grab me any second.
Well, congratulations on catching the coconut.
I got 2 of them.
Very good. That's good luck. Have you been to Mardi Gras before?
No. I've been to New Orleans before, but nothing like this.
Okay, the movie Traveling Man, can you tell us a little bit about your role?
I'm a traveling salesman whose life falls apart on the road, and he pulls himself back together thanks to her.
Well, we appreciate the visit. Hope you enjoy your time here.
Thank you so much.
That's John Lithgow. Angela and Garland, I'm sure you'll recognize him from some of his very memorable roles, such as Terms of Endearment, The World According to Garp, and my personal favorite, Harry and the Hendersons.
Very good, Jim. Once again, first time you interviewed the aging director, now the balding actor still hasn't interviewed the beautiful girl. What a disappointment you are.
I think he's just nervous in front of her. I really do.
McDonough Band coming up in the background. Once again, we'll let you listen to the sounds and the music of Mardi Gras. You're getting a very quick look at the Witch Doctor and the Powerful Elephant. We'll move out to Metairie. I don't think their parade is rolling yet, but John and Judy are ready.
Don Snell, Judy Storch, Janet Lawhon, live at Veterans. That was not, by the way, a new Mardi Gras throw. That was the shot of the Firestone Tire here at Veterans.
Do we get any coconuts in this parade?
No, we don't. But the good folks at Firestone are nice enough each year to give us, I think, maybe the best spot from which to watch Argus and a nice tall stand.
And they let us use their warm bathrooms if we need them,
that's
too.
True.
So, you know, that's a big point with us over here.
But most importantly, a nice tall stand from which to catch lots of throws. The crowds are building a little bit. Judy Storch is down on the street somewhere with some crazy people.
A guy with great hair.
I don't know if you knew this or not, but Elvis does live. And he lives right here on Veterans Highway. And I've been watching him dance for the last 5 minutes and sing. He's excellent. Is Elvis back there?
There's a beautiful lady right here. Thank you very much.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Where have you been?
Kalamazoo.
I've been hiding out. I was, need a little money, so I faked my death for the insurance money. Please don't put that on the air, though.
You have been dieting, I see.
Yes, the Herbalife plan didn't work, but...
Elvis, I hope, and I know everyone here hopes that you are going to sing for us.
I will try to sing, ma'am. I'll try. It's been 12 long years, but I'll try.
He's a big hit
I feel
out
like
here.
I've been a part of history. Unbelievable. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you, Elvis.
Now, come on, Judy. That man has a
Obviously,
name.
I'm in the right place. I'm going to be here all day. John and Janet, back to you.
Now, that guy can really shake, rattle, and roll.
I thought he was in Kalamazoo all this time. He's a big hit down there.
Oh, definitely. Now, things are, as you said, picking up. He's certainly the biggest hit we've seen so far, although you did quite well with that Dalmatian family.
The Dalmatians were a big hit. Lots of things to see at Gallier Hall. Back to Garland and Angela.
Yes, there are a lot of things. We would much prefer, I think, to have a little Elvis over here. The most exciting group that we've had come by are the crew of White Trash. We would love to see Elvis come over here, sing, dance, wind his way through the parade. We just missed another round of the Clydesdales.
Look at this unit.
Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, my gosh.
Is
that
there really
fabulous.
a body in that? Could be one of those Disney robots. Look at that.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Can you imagine the rash on that body when it comes off?
There's the Clydesdales. And they were running. They were not just prancing.
Yeah, when they went by here, I said, boy, I hope they've got a driver that knows what he's doing. Give you an idea how big those horses are. The handlers run on each side of the horse. There's 4 on each side. And they barely reach the middle of the horse's stomach. The crowds are about what they have been on St. Charles Avenue for the past 3 or 4 years. 10 years ago, they used to be 100 deep. And the crowds these days are still large, but they're in the 10 to 15 rows on each side.
I think the biggest difference we see here is at Gallier Hall on the side of the street where we are, there is Lafayette Park, and that
Right.
usually is packed with picnickers and families. And the last couple of years, that's diminished considerably.
Yeah, and I
But
think
the
there's so many
stands are-
parades that people are more spread out.
That's right.
All right, we're going to move to what's his name one more time at ground level, see what he's got. Jim, can you hear us?
Okay, Garland and Angela, we're here, I guess, with the unicorns, right? Unisex and unicorns. Who are you?
Neil Neely,
And where are you from?
New Orleans.
Of course. And you, sir?
Mike James.
And who's this one down here? Maybe you'll have to tell us.
Daniel.
What inspired the outfit?
Well, my wife picked them out, and she said they're just going to be the warmest thing we can wear today.
Did you rent these or make them?
No, we bought them from a costume place. My sister ordered them, and it was such a cold day. You could put a lot of clothes under it and stay warm.
Are you warm?
I'm not warm. I'm telling you, we're ready to go.
Have you been around here most of the day, or have you been walking the parade route?
We went down to Canal Street and came back, and it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of costumes down where they're having a contest down there.
Now, we're kind of isolated here. Do you think the crowds are appreciably smaller than in previous years because of the weather?
Well, I find there's quite a turnout. I was really expecting a lot less. We got a lot of troopers here today.
Very good. Well, enjoy your day. You look very nice.
Thank you. Happy Mardi Gras.
Here, here. Garland, Angela?
Thank you, Jim. And again, you're looking at the ladies' float, Rex Parade. Not Rex Parade, Zulu Parade.
Why don't we join Bill Elder again and Frank Davis, see how warm they're keeping St. Charles Avenue.
We're keeping warm, Angela. We're definitely keeping warm. We went through a costume parade just a minute ago. Bill and I were standing here watching the crowds.
I don't know if they've had a chance to see them yet, but the spacecraft?
The spacecraft went by. The whole Lucky Dog Brigade went by. And people are wearing carpet remnants today and lots of bedclothes. We've seen sheets and pillowcases and blankets.
Roaches.
Yeah, we had a couple of New Orleans native pets. The cockroaches came by.
Sponge rubber costumes, which come in handy today.
Yeah, and a couple of sponge paddings put in so unusual places. We haven't seen too many scantily clad stuff today.
Not many lewd costumes.
None at all. Incidentally, just so you guys down there at Gallia Hall can be aware, we just like maybe a block away from here, the preceding unit for Rex has just gone by, and we're starting to see some of the Rex property trucks coming up now, so Rex shouldn't be too far from you guys.
Boy, it is kind of delayed, huh? I mean...
Yeah, there was a big break in a parade.
What caused it? Think of something.
The antifreeze in the truck. The trucks couldn't get started because...
This is the longest break I've ever seen.
I haven't seen. Usually they follow one right behind the other. The thing that I'm most impressed about today is, in spite of the nippy weather and the wind chill factor is pretty cold, there's no decrease in the carnival spirit.
This microphone's not working.
My microphone. Use this mic. Okay, use my mic.
Okay.
We can throw that one in a minute. There's nothing lacking in carnival spirit this year, Bill. We're going to go to Canal Street now.
And Eric.
And Eric's on Canal Street. Eric, passing a good time on Canal Street? Yes, yeah.
It's a wee bit cold here today, Frank. We're getting the brunt of the wind here, I think. And, you know, surprisingly, we were talking, Arthur and I were talking a few minutes ago about how sparse the crowd was. The crowd has picked up incredibly in the past, half an hour or so.
I really cannot believe how many people are out here.
When you look back, it's a sea of people as it was last year. I'm shocked.
Yeah, it's just that everybody has a lot of overcoats on today, but it almost looks as if the weather has not impacted the crowd on Canal Street. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Let's start talking about some of the history. We were talking about the history of Mardi Gras a few minutes ago. Let's talk about the history of marching clubs in Mardi Gras, the oldest being the Jefferson City Buzzards.
They started back in 1890, and over the years there have been hundreds of different marching or walking clubs. Pete Fountain's Half-Mast, I think, is in his 27th year. That might be the most famous one.
Yeah, the most well-known because of Pete, I guess.
Yeah, but they all just have a great deal of fun. They costume. You mentioned the Jefferson City Buzzards, the oldest. They have a unique thing in that the Sunday before Mardi Gras, they rehearse. They have a rehearsal march, and they do it in drag. All the men dress up as women.
Oh, really?
Just for fun. And, of course, they stop at a lot of bars along the way, and it's a whole lot of fun.
Drag to stop in the bars, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
And then what about Pete's Club? How did that get started? It started out very small, as I recall.
It really did. Now I think he has about 400 members plus a waiting list, and they just have a good time. Pete plays. There are a lot of musicians along with him, and it's one of the really unique things about Mardi Gras. You know, you don't have to ride on a float to participate in Carnival, and these guys have a good time.
Do you know how many marching clubs there are, or walking clubs altogether? Or is that just a rough guess?
The ones that participate on Fat Tuesday is probably about a half a dozen. Some of them also march on St. Patrick's Day, but there could be literally hundreds that do things around town that don't get the publicity that Pete and the Buzzards and some of those do.
All right, now right here we're getting some of the noise from the St. Aug Band and Zulu. The beginning of Zulu passing by. The first float is first float has already gone by, so we're into the second float in a couple of minutes.
The St. Augustine Band has just passed, and the band director Ed Hampton just waved to us, and the Purple Knights are right on Canal Street now.
Earlier in the show, Bill Elder over on St. Charles Avenue was talking about how Zulu was a ragtag organization that got together to make fun, really, of Rex.
That's right.
And has really grown into a large carnival crew.
Well, it is a major carnival organization, and I don't know of any club that enjoys itself as much as Zulu does. They just have a great deal of fun, and really, they are what Mardi Gras is all about to me.
All right, Arthur. We'll leave with the band blaring, and we'll be back with more after this.
Happy Mardi Gras.
On Valentine's Day, people express feelings of friendship, affection, and love. Sometimes unexpectedly. Brock's Sweetheart candies have been a favorite of sweethearts of all ages for so long, it's just not Valentine's Day without them.
Where'd you get these? Oh.
Nobody treats America like Brock's.
Alcoholics Anonymous, may I help you?
All right. If you don't want to drink anymore, you don't have to. You just got to do something about it. Okay? There's a beginner's meeting, and you ought to go to the beginner's meeting at 7:30.
Let's see what we got in we got the workshop at 12:15 on Perry Street. That's right around the corner. Give yourself a chance to wash your face and have a cup of coffee and get
You
there.
don't want your husband to know? Don't you think he knows you drink?
I know exactly how you feel. So many times I can't count them.
We don't care if you're drunk when you go to a meeting. What we do care about is we see you there.
What makes you think they're tired of you? Well, they probably aren't tired of you. I'm a fellow alcoholic, and I certainly wouldn't be tired of you.
Could you give me your phone, and would you mind? I could get somebody maybe to call you and meet you there. We have several kinds of meetings, but let me see what kind you go to tonight, and then I...
Alcoholics Anonymous.
What's going to happen.
It
You
works.
could go to what's
Look us up in the phone book.
In the midst of a war, they still manage to provide the best care anywhere. MASH, tonight at 10:35 on WWL-TV, Channel 4.
The day after, Wednesday at 6.
Well, all you Mardi Gras maniacs, this is the moment you've been waiting for. This is how you tell that Mardi Gras Day is here. I know that's redundant, Mardi Gras Day, but that's what we do it in New Orleans, but that's naturally known. The Lord of Misrule, His Honor, the Majesty, the main man, whatever you call it, Rex, right? He's coming. He's coming. He's about 2 blocks up the street. Look at a crowd that has formed again now between the two parades and between the marching groups, Bill. They kind of went inside. They went to the little blue houses with the moon on the door. But they're back again.
Some of them had too much coffee and too much other stuff, I guess.
Yeah, because the one thing it processes well on a day like this. It really does. What have we got this year? What's the theme of Rex this year? Do you know? Do you remember?
I don't know.
It's like have a good carnival.
Yeah, we're going to find out in just a minute. I was looking at the lieutenants that were walking by. This one is one of the few guys that knows how to ride his own horse. Most of the other guys have somebody leading the horse.
Hold on to the horses for him. This man rides. Where does the horse, the stables, the equine trainers, where do they come from?
You got me, Frank. Those are motley-looking horses, too. They're ponies.
They really are. Well, I'll tell you, if I was riding, I'm scared of, in Gone with the Wind, she said, I'm scared of cows. I'd be scared of horses, man. I'd have to have 3 or 4 guys around. There's His Majesty's royal band, and behind them, more riding lieutenants.
There's the captain of Rex right here.
The captain of Rex is passing now. Rex is...
No one knows his identity,
That's right, and it's like it's the same every... We have to check with Arthur Hardy on this. I think it's like the same captain year after year after year.
Well, there was a new captain that took over about 3 or 4 years ago.
And here he is, His Royal Majesty.
Full passage.
King of Carnival, Lord of Misrule. His Majesty, Rex.
Hello, Bo.
Happy Mardi Gras to you. Rex, Rex, Rex. You can hear the chant coming from the stands. Angela Garland, he's just passing our location now.
Makes a fine-looking king.
He really does. And of course, coming up behind that is His Majesty's bandwagon. This is one of the traditional floats that has become a mainstay of the Rex organization, along with the Boeuf Gras and several others.
You can barely hear their music over the crowd.
You're right. They are really excited about it. And Rex, incidentally, if you can remember, as far back as day 1, when Bienville landed at Mardi Gras Point, Rex has always worn the same kind of mask for Mardi Gras. It's that very static, brazen type, off-white color. It's, nobody knows how to describe it, but it's always been that same carnival mask. And it's against the regulations of the organization never to take that mask off during Mardi Gras parade.
All right. They want us to go to Gallier Hall now.
Let's go
Garland
to
and Angela.
Garland and Angela are coming in your direction.
Thank you, men.
We are looking forward to seeing Rex, who truly is one of the great people in this community, Bo Bassich, and we're going to have a lot more on him as he has his toast, but we're still enjoying Zulu. Now, this is your favorite balcony.
That's right. That's one of the challenges. It says these two balconies separate the men from the boys, and it takes a man to reach us. Moments ago, we saw Phyllis Diller scale the balcony.
That's
Unfortunately, our cameras were off. We're still viewing the Zulu parade. Civil judge.
And let me tell you, the crowds are alive down here. And they have thrown a tremendous amount of things. A lot of coconuts we've seen. There's some adorable little girls, I think, from St. Elizabeth's Home who are next to us, and they got one of them, thrilled them to death.
It's some of the great sculptors. You know, I said years ago that there would come a time where the paper mache and Mardi Gras floats would be looked upon as a real art form. And now several of the galleries in the French Quarter this year are actually having Mardi Gras shows, and a couple of them have paper mache statues from the 1800s, and now they are considered art treasures.
Well, I wonder how they've been able to maintain them for 100 years.
I think the ones they have, they got them in a deteriorated condition and added a little bit to them, but restored them.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that it is an art form, and it's one that New Orleans does the best. I was reading recently, of course, there are other Mardi Gras throughout Europe. Nothing compared to ours. We are the one. And
I think we're the largest in the world.
Yes, we are. But I think what is most interesting is that in the other Mardi Gras parades going on today, and et cetera, the parade people don't throw to the crowd. It's the crowd that throws to the parade people.
In Rio de Janeiro, I would have thought would have been larger than this Mardi Gras, but apparently there, where the floats parade, you have to buy tickets to it.
Yes.
And that keeps the crowds down more.
But everybody's naked and they do nasty things there too. I've heard about that place. That's why I like New Orleans Gallier Hall. I love to watch the bands. I don't want to see dirty things on the streets. Plus, if they got a cold snap, think.
Oh yes, oh yes. Deep trouble.
We're getting ready to hear another wonderful band too. It is moving right along, and I'm delighted to know that Rex is following. Keep the crowds going.
Parade seems to be moving a little bit faster this year.
Yes.
I think inclement weather has a little something to do with that. Keep warm, move fast.
Now here we have the Forte band. Once again, adorable young girls who are the drill team. Just superb, but look, just not enough clothes on. They have got to be cold. But they are excellent. Let's go down and talk to Jim.
Well, Garland kept wondering when I was going to get around to the gorgeous leading lady of the film that's being made down here. This is Margaret Collin. How are you doing? Enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's the time of my life. It's fabulous.
Have you been to Mardi Gras before or to New Orleans?
To New Orleans? This is my third time. Twice this year, but I never expected it to be so magical. It's just incredible.
Now, what are you shooting here today? As the director gives you instructions, what's he telling you to do?
Oh, jump in front of the horses, kiss, dance in front of the band, you know, stuff like that. To track our characters falling in love, pretty much.
How long?
Okay, they should hardly call it working, I'm telling you. It's fabulous.
Is it difficult to be a gorgeous leading lady on a day like today?
You're very sweet. I got this fabulous crew here making sure that it works.
Hard to keep the hair in place and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, it is. And we keep being pelted with, like, beads and things.
Are people recognizing you? It seems that they are.
Yes, they are. And they're being really good because when the camera's right on them, we tell them not to look at it, and they're really good. As soon as the shot's done, then they're like hugging and kissing. It's really wonderful.
How much longer will you be in New Orleans?
Till Friday.
Till Friday. Then where will you go from there?
Then we're finished.
You're all done.
Yeah.
And the film airs this fall, is that right?
Yeah, on HBO. The Traveling Man.
And in it, you, John was saying that you save him. His life is on the rocks and you save him.
Yeah, I come into town to take care of some family business, and we fall in love. And he's at a point in his life where he could use some savings, so I think it's kind of mutual, though.
Well, we hope you'll fall in love with New Orleans during your time here.
I don't have any choice. It's wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Garland, Angela?
Let me tell you, Jim, she was an absolute delight on As the World Turns, and as a big soap opera fan, I know how many people missed her when they took her, well, when she chose to leave because she got her own CBS evening show, which was equally good, and I can never believe that they actually took it off the air. She's a grand talent, and obviously as nice a person as she is talented.
Jim is so disgusting, though. Did you notice how nice he was to her? And he was absolutely rude to that wonderful director and actor before that. And he just treated her so nice.
What a two-face. Well, the floats march on. That looks like something from our new aquarium we'll be having very soon.
You're still watching the Zulu parade. We can count at least 5 or 6 more floats down St. Charles Avenue to Lee Circle. And as Frank and Bill told us further down St. Charles Avenue, Rex is on his way. It's your buddy that's king this year.
I'm sorry?
It's your buddy that's king this year of Rex.
Let me tell you, Bo Bassich, I haven't got enough more wonderful things to say about this man. He is truly deserving of this honor and is a true giver to this community. Has been known in the art circles and the city park circles for a long time. But if you were to meet this man, I know in his heart that he is beaming. He loves New Orleans so much, every part of it. To be Rex and to head this city today, God, that man's just got to be thrilled to death.
He has literally saved or helped save a lot of things in New Orleans.
Oh, yes.
I.e. City Park and
the U.S. Mint.
culture.
And, you know, he is a true lover of carousels. So, of course, New Orleans had one of the last remaining total carousels, which needed massive restoration. It was Bo Bassich who traveled the country looking for the absolute perfect person to restore it.
Well, the way that I knew he was a good man when I saw him driving a tractor.
Yes, that's right.
Tractor drivers and farmers are good people.
That's right.
All right, we're going to move back to Bourbon Street and Andre and Bill Capo to see the madness of the French Quarter.
And here on Bourbon Street, it is gearing up. Little by little, the crowds are getting thicker and thicker. It's not quite shoulder to shoulder like we're used to seeing it. Once the parades are over, people start moving down this way. So it's still pretty easy to walk down here. The crowds are very friendly. Everybody's down here waiting for Channel 4. As you can see, as far as you can see on Bourbon Street, there are wall-to-wall people. But there's still room to move. Lots of creative and very innovative costumes this year. Hello, hello, hello. Very friendly crowd. And Bill Capo was down on the street just a few minutes ago and met some people very familiar to New Orleanians.
Each time I come out on Bourbon Street, it's getting more and more crowded. And you don't have to go far to find some spectacular costumes. Take a look. That's our station on the balcony of the Hotel Royal Sonesta. Look at Andre. She's having a great time. Look at these guys. You don't have to go far in New Orleans. Like roaches.
We're down here to clean up the French Quarter. We had breakfast at Brennan's. In fact, my mother was born at Brennan's under a pot. Hey! What do we say? Garbage! 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 Boy, it looks like a good Mardi Gras for roaches, isn't it? Lots of trash. Lots of trash, trash, trash. Lucky dogs. And lucky dogs, huh? Oh, Mother used to talk of lucky dogs before she was stepped on one Mardi Gras, huh? It's a sad day. Bigfoot is bad for us, huh? But we're going to be out here stamping out garbage, right, everybody? What? How do you say? Garbage. 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 1, 2, 3.
There you have it, Andre. The crew of roaches.
See, they always told us we couldn't get away from roaches in New Orleans, and we find out it's true. Even on Mardi Gras, we've got roaches out here. Pete Fountain's Half-Fast Marching Club has finished up their little rest stop down at Montalbano's, and they're moving down Bourbon Street. We are on a balcony of the Royal Sonesta Hotel right near Bienville on Bourbon Street. And if you look real hard, you can see them. They've got a police escort, and they're coming down Bourbon right now. We'll be talking to Pete when he gets down this far. But we've got a break coming up, and we'll be right back after this.
The basic philosophy is that we're really set up as a specialty hospital, a team of not only the clinical people and the nurses, but the other patients. And so once we do the evaluation, then we meet as a team and really develop a treatment plan. If you have a problem, you identify it, you have a way of working on it, you get better.
Joe Ellen Smith Psychiatric Hospital, working together, looking ahead.
Your all-star GMC truck dealers announced 4.9% financing, effective immediately.
Get 4.9 financing on all new 1988 and 1989 S15 pickups. Or choose a cash alternative of up to $750 cash back, depending on the S15 pickup you choose. Repeat, 4.9 financing on new 88 and 89 S15 pickups. Or a cash alternative.
See your all-star GMC truck dealer, Crown, Superior, Benson, Causeway, John Brown, Canoyer, and Don Harris.
Due to Carnival coverage, The Young and the Restless and As the World Turns will air later tonight at 12:30, following the Pat Sajak Show on Channel 4.
It's pathetic, the air that we've been breathing today. Straight up, man, we can't live in a world this way. I mean, people just littering, they must be on some mission. But we gotta do it since the adults won't listen.
Send in your pollution solutions and receive a free poster. Write Pollution Solutions, P.O. Box 96090, Washington, D.C. 20090.
Special coverage of Carnival Spirit 89 is being brought to you by the GMC Truck Division and Joe Ellen Smith Psychiatric Hospital.
As it says, happy Mardi Gras to all of you today. Gallier Hall, St. Charles Avenue, still Zulu parade in progress. If you happen to be at home and decide to come out and see the parades, catch Zulu. There's a segment there of people walking on stilts, costumers
Just
from
fabulous.
Egyptian-type motif. That is one of the most extraordinary costumes and views I've seen in Mardi Gras in a long time. I
Come on
cannot
over here, Ed.
imagine marching 6 miles on stilts.
I'm ready whenever you want us.
You know, what is the group down in the Caribbean that in the last 4 or 5 years, I know a local group has formed. It was almost like that.
Yeah.
But just superb. Dancing and singing. Now you can really hear and see what St. Charles Avenue is all about right now. Jim Henderson is down there, and if he would quit stomping on people's hands long enough, he probably could talk to somebody interesting. Jim?
Thanks very much, Angela. That's a very interesting outfit, I must say. Ed Grimley, right?
Most fabulous day of our lives, isn't it?
I wasn't sure if you were Ed Grimley or Phil Collins. Have you been mistaken for Phil Collins?
No, I'm too tall.
Maybe Tom Collins.
I've had a few of those, yes. Yes.
Did your hair freeze that way today, or did you really have to work at it?
I had to work at it, but now it's frozen, yes.
Don't you realize you should be wearing handsome stocking caps like this to keep the warmth in?
No, I've got warm head, that's for sure.
Well, it's a very nice outfit, I must say. I hope you enjoy your day.
I sure will. Happy Mardi Gras.
Who are you in actuality?
Don Rickard.
What do you do for a living, Don, besides look like Ed Grimley?
I bartend at a restaurant in the New Orleans area.
That's a very nice outfit, I must say. I hope you enjoy your day. I still think it's Phil Collins.
That's very good, Jim. You might want to save that interview for the archives. One of our engineers by the name of Gene Inman loves Mardi Gras and would dearly love to have that for his tape library. Gallier Hall, Carnival Spirit, 89. Zulu continues to roll. Very shortly, you will see a float called Lady Zulu, the light of the moon. That is it.
I think we are probably wrapping up Zulu, the last couple of floats, and then we just have madness down there with people filling the street. And probably within a very short period of time, we can look down the street and see wrecks.
I think the crowds are growing.
I think so, too.
We have lured them out of their caves with word that the weather is not that bad after all. But you know, I hear them say in the French Quarter it's kind of cold. I hear them say on St. Charles Avenue it's real cold, and here it's not too bad. I think it all depends on where you're located also. We must be shielded a little bit from the wind. And that's the last float of Zulu, called Zulu Shadows.
You know, you really have to marvel at as many people who are out here, as many vehicles that are out here, and the festive mood people are in, how organized. When you look down, you see that it isn't total madness. It's fun, but it's not total out-of-control madness.
It's always a compliment to the New Orleans Police Department. No other police department in the world could do what they do on Mardi Gras week.
That's right.
Too bad we don't pay them for what they do.
I see a helicopter hovering, probably trying to get a look at all this craziness from above. But if you are at home, I hope that you get a sense of how colorful it is out here, and the fact that even if it is a little nippy, hadn't stopped the fun. Why don't we take a break, and then we're going to return with Carnival Spirit 89.
Acclaimed nature documentary in the history of television is now available on video cassette. Witness nature in all its awesome power and deadly beauty. Time Life Video and WNET announce the Nature Video Library. Now your family can own this video collection of the wonders of the world. A series so remarkable, the New York Times hails it as television at its most impressive. Your first video adventure takes you to Hawaii, islands of the fire goddess. Born in the conflict of fire and water, Hawaii is a land of amazing contrasts, a kaleidoscope of color, a menacing land of sudden death. Home to over 6,000 species of life found nowhere else on the planet. This is Hawaii, as few have seen it. Call now to receive Hawaii at the low introductory price of only $9.99 plus shipping and handling. Other exciting video cassettes from the Nature Video Library will follow at only $19.99. Keep only those you want. Cancel at any time. To experience the wonders of the Nature Video Library, beginning with your specially priced introductory cassette, Hawaii, please call this toll-free number now.
Credit card customers call 1-800-592-1212 now to get your first video cassette, Hawaii, at the special introductory price of just $9.99. Or send 1322 to Nature, Grand Central Station, P.O. Box 5294, Department 50, New York, New York. Or call 1-800-592-1212 now.
Now from the crew of Rex, we were just lambasted by with beads and cups and doubloons and everything from the streetcar named Desire as they came past us.
Frank, crowds are still enthusiastic here. We've been watching floats and fans pass by now for 3 hours.
You're right, and they're getting worse, Bill. They're getting more into the spirit. I think I think it's either the Mardi Gras spirit itself or the spirit they've been drinking. I don't know what it is. Look at this. Check this out, y'all. Look at this. We got beads. Look what we got. Beads and cups and doubloons. And you didn't get any paperweights this year, so you're in good shape.
None.
No. We've got, let's see, what is this? Float number 18 or something that just went past us? 15. Float 15 went past us. Angela and Garland, I can tell you that even with the chill in the air, and you can hear from the crowd below us here on St. Charles Avenue, there is certainly no lack of carnival spirit. When they started forming this morning at 5 o'clock, you could tell that regardless of the weather, they were going to have a great time. And obviously, you can see the crowd below us doing just that.
Frank, is still cold here, no matter what kind of a good time everybody's having. These gloves, I know I can sell them real easy.
I'm just trying to make myself feel better, Bill, is what it is.
You say it long enough, you start believing it.
Yeah, believing it. If it wasn't for my living room drapes, I don't know what I'd do this morning.
You didn't bring any gloves?
No, you see this fur? You know what that is?
What?
That's Armstrong. Linoleum or something. It's a new animal. It's a great Mardi Gras crowd, and you can see the people kind of run to stay warm, come back, run to stay warm, but there's nothing gonna bring this Mardi Gras crowd home. They're here for the duration. Let's look at them down there. Look at them. You having a good time or what? Do we have to ask if they're having a good time? Let's go to Eric on Canal Street. Eric, how's your crowds on Canal Street?
Well, I'll tell you what, you can't believe how many people here on Canal Street have come out to brave this cold weather. Arthur and I were talking earlier. They must be, in some places, 12, 20, 25 deep on the street.
They really are. It's amazing. And, you know, a little earlier, I thought all of the people lined up right by the Channel 4 stand here was to see you and I, and then I realized right next to us is a portable potty, and that's why they're next to us.
You know, this is the second year in a row we've been here over the porta potty.
Does that mean something, you think?
I'm not sure. In fact, one of the guys stopped during the parade, hopped off his horse, went to the porta potty, and they took off without him.
They sure did. I hope he catches up.
I'm not sure he's still in there or not. We'll check it out later. This is still Zulu going by. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the history of Zulu.
Well, as we've talked about earlier, you know, they started out just as a ragtag group and a spoof of wrecks, and since then it's developed into something that's such an important part of Carnival. Probably the most famous guy to ever be Zulu was Louis Armstrong in '49, and I guess in a way he was really the first celebrity king, but really he was a local hero who just came home to reign in that one parade. 1969, 20 years ago, was the first year that Zulu actually had a parade permit to be on Canal Street. Before that, they wandered all over town, but ever since '69, they've been the mainstay on Canal Street, and I caught a Zulu coconut a few minutes ago. How's about that?
This has always been a real crowd favorite here.
Oh, yeah, they're very creative, and as I said earlier, they just have so much fun. You really can see the enjoyment in their faces, and I love the Zulu parade.
And now, right now, because of insurance, they cannot throw the coconuts.
No, but they hand them out, and they do a real good job of that. Oh, we just got a hat thrown to us. How nice.
All right. Yeah, you know, we haven't talked about how Mardi Gras really got started. A lot of people don't know the story.
I don't know if anybody knows for sure, but what we do know in the 1800s, there were kind of random street massacres going around the city, and eventually in 1857, Comus started the first real parade. And that's how Mardi Gras, as we know it, was born. But it existed before that, and just as a public celebration in the streets and a private celebration as
a lot of pagan orgies and stuff like that.
Oh, well, yeah, if you go back that far, sure, there's definitely some relationship to things the pagans used to do and what we do today on Canal Street and Bourbon Street.
You can't tell much difference now. Speaking of that, let's go over to Bourbon Street, where a lot of festivities are going on as well.
We just saw the last half-assed walking club going by. In fact, we can see the last of it. You know, those of us who grew up in New Orleans remember when the parades used to come through the quarter. But because Mardi Gras has become so big and there's so many people now, it can't come through Bourbon Street, but this is like a touch of it because we've been catching beads and doubloons all morning long. Final remnants of Pete Fountain's half-assed march walking club. Remember, they got started at 6 o'clock this morning, uptown. And they've been going ever since with rest stops along the way. Still a very cordial crowd on Bourbon Street, not quite as crowded as we know it can get. But before the day is over, of course, this will be a capacity crowd. And we're looking at the crowd from the Royal Sonesta on Bourbon, right near Bienville. And we've got it all. Music, beads, doubloons, just about anything you can think of for Mardi Gras, we've got. We're having a ball. And if you're not out yet, if you're still at home and you think you want to come out, please bundle up because it doesn't seem to me that it's getting any warmer. And now we go to Veterans Highway with Judy Storch, John Snell, and Janet Lohar.
And it's just as cold, but it's starting to warm up out here as far as the people anyway.
No, it's just your imagination.
No, it's
not.
not.
Warming up a bit.
But warming up with the people.
That's true.
We're starting to see hundreds more people along Veterans Highway. It's starting to get more and more crowded. Remember, this parade does not start, Argus does not start until noon. So we have a while to build up the crowds and build up the fun. And I'm seeing a few more people now with costumes.
I noticed that. I think a lot of people have waited until late in the morning and maybe to get a little sun, which is peeking in a little bit from time to time. And for whatever reason, they've waited. But it is a little bit more now like it usually is. Not quite the crowd as normal. Hun can tell us a little bit more about that as she's in the street.
You're right, John. Now, everybody told me to try to do something in good taste, and believe me, when you get in the crowd, sometimes it's hard to do that. But we have a family-oriented group here for a family-oriented station, and one mother took my advice about bundling up those babies. Let's get a shot of this child who's got a very warm here. Mother, tell us, what did you think when you dressed your child this morning?
Keep her warm. It's going to be cold out here. About it.
She won't get hit by any cars either. She works as well as a yield sign. Okay, now we have, what is this group here? Your Saints fan?
Angels.
Anderson's Angels. I see. Do you do a dance or sing a song or anything?
No, we're really glorifying Morton Anderson for this past year, so we're having a good time.
I'm the mother.
Yeah,
Morton's mama. Well, I'm sure he'll pun a few good ones for you guys, too. Okay, we have one more group over here, the little unicorns. Aren't they just precious? Say hi. What's your name?
Misty.
Misty, how old are you?
6.
Now, why did you want to come as a unicorn?
I don't know.
That's your typical answer. What is your name?
Say Mandy.
Uh-oh, Mandy. Well, that's okay. Most men do the same thing when I get around them. And what's your name?
What's your name? Megan? Megan?
Well, unicorns that don't talk, but nobody said anything bad, and as I promised, we did keep it in good taste. Okay, I'm going to throw it back up to Judy and John.
Did you notice that we have paid tribute now today to Morton Anderson and Elvis Presley, all in the same show? I think
unicorns and Dalmatians.
That's right.
As far as that
That's
goes.
right. I wonder if there's a message there.
Probably not, but it is Mardi Gras and it doesn't matter. Down that-a-way on Veterans in the traditional Metairie route, Argus is just about to get underway, and it'll be probably another half an hour or an hour before it makes its way here. But we'll be here, and we'll be back with more Carnival Spirit 89 in just a moment.
Stay with us.
It's the cereal, the Almond Delight. We took the almonds and the flakes and we mixed them both up. We took the almonds and the flakes and we shook them both up. You get the Almond Delight when you taste them both together. Almonds and the flakes, that makes it taste better. Ooh, Almond Delight. It's the rice, it's the wheat, it's the Almond Delight. Ooh, it's the brown sugar sweet, it's the Almond Delight. The healthy thing to eat, it's the best, it's the best, it's the best.
Hey, what do we got? Tonight it's chicken and biscuits. That is, if you don't mind the gravy. Hold on, what's that?
Do you know where your next meal is coming from? Call the Covenant House 9 line. We'll help you get off the streets.
Jeopardy! Today on Channel 4.
Thank you. All right, look what we just caught, Bill. We got food. Moon pies. Moon pies.
To throw something you can eat.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. This goes back to the Mobile Mardi Gras when the guys got together and found out that they had a superabundance of moon pies that some warehouse had stockpiled.
Really? Is that a true story?
Yeah, that's a true story. And Mobile said, I know what we can do. We can throw those off the float every year if we can get them cheap enough. The guy said, how about a penny a piece or some ridiculous figure? And they started throwing moon pies. So we just caught moon pies on a Rex float.
Well, we'll probably eat that on the way back to the station.
What do you mean by the station? I'm fixing to eat that right now. I hadn't had any breakfast up here. Where are we in the Rex Parade?
Well, let's see.
Let's see, we got float number 18 coming up.
Our cellars.
Yeah.
You don't know the whole history of that.
No, you started reading to me before, and you broke me up, Bill. I tell you, I was getting so sad here on Mardi Gras Day, reading all that information. We just want to tell people that the spirit of Carnival is alive and well. We see float 18, the flower sellers coming by right now. Some of the most intricate costumes that we've seen in a long time are on this year's parade. The contrasting colors that Blaine Curran has put together is truly eye-catching. We've got the purples, the green, and golds for sure, but then we've got those real vivid colors, the ambers and the chartreuses and the off mauves. And come on, help me out here. What other colors I got?
I'm just listening to you, Frank.
No, I got ridiculous colors, but they sure stand out for sure. We're starting to see a little bit of the Rio de Janeiro in South American Carnival creep in too, because one of the groups we saw pass earlier, the Walking Heads and the Casa Samba.
I'd like to see more of that.
I would too.
Not that the floats are boring, but I'd like to see something new, introduced here.
Well, when you've got a tradition that you've started way back in the early 1800s, or the late 1800s rather, something has to change every year. And for some reason or other, I don't know whether it's just the New Orleans creativity. How you doing? How you doing? That's the Navy fan.
Is that a good job, Frank?
Yeah, that's a great job. Incidentally,
joined the Navy for 5 years, and
all they do is play music. That's true. They try out for the band, and they say, okay, you're the trumpet guy. You play lead saxophone.
And if war breaks out, what happens?
They stay home and practice the instruments. That's it. They say,
look, war with a trumpet, huh?
No, they said I tried to kill 3 or 4 guys with that bass fiddle and it didn't work. Unless the music's that bad. All right, here comes float number 19 called Kwaidan. Kwaidan.
What does that mean, Frank?
Look, that man right in the middle.
So what does Kwaidan mean?
Kwaidan, what does it mean? I thought it was a shoe polish, wasn't it? I don't know what Kwaidan means. It's something having to do with boats. All I know. Read your book. What's your book say about Kwaidan? Bill's going to catch... Keith, try to get a shot of the guy in the middle. Look at it. Now that's what you call the grand poobah of the King of Rex. He's not going to get off of that stool.
I've got Kwaidan.
Okay, here's Kwaidan.
A collection of strange and ghostly Japanese tales and legends.
That's what that is?
Yep. Hearn put the best of them into English with the freedom of a storyteller working from oral sources.
I don't know any more now than I did before. Here, have a moon pie.
Thank you, Frank.
It's a great parade.
Got any hot coffee to go with it?
No, I don't have any hot coffee. We got some warm beer though. It's a German tradition.
Okay, coming up is
what?
Rainbow birds.
What?
Rainbow birds.
Oh, rainbow birds. They sure do look like rainbow. There's a hummingbird at the beginning.
Any lover of the beautiful who has not read the admirable article upon hummingbirds in Harper's Magazine's for May has missed a rare treat. Thank you.
Boy, thank you very much. We just got creamed. Smashed everything. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I needed the bruises. Oh, I love it. Welcome to Mardi Gras, y'all. Hey, what's it, Eric? Are you getting lambasted on Canal Street? Woo!
Frank, I want you to get a little more enthusiastic here.
Yeah, I can't get any more enthusiastic than that. Eric on Canal Street, come in.
All right, Frank. They're throwing stuff pretty hot and heavy here. In fact, Arthur just got beamed in the head with a braid of beads.
Oh, there comes Zulu having a good old time out there. I've never seen Zulu throw so much. I mean, they really are going crazy with it. We've seen a few coconuts come down.
And still, we're still surprised by the amount of people here. This almost looks like as many as last year when the weather was so incredibly much warmer.
It's amazing, and like Frank said too, the spirit of it. You can just feel everybody warming up and having a good old time on Canal Street.
Well, there's a big difference from up here in the stand where we are overlooking the porta potty.
Yes.
And down in the street where all the people are, it's much warmer with all the body heat down there.
That's right.
It does make kind of a difference.
We're in the wrong spot, I think. Although we have a better vantage point. We can
No, we're talking about one of the crews came by and they threw a doubloon that had an advertisement on it. And you were saying that actually is against the law.
It most certainly is, and they know better, too. They've been warned about that. There's no commercialism allowed in Orleans Parish parades, and I think it's a good rule.
Now, why is that?
Everybody should follow. Well, first of all, they don't pay to be in the parades. The parade's not here to advertise a product. It's here something that the members pay dues to belong to put on as a free show for the city. So it's not an advertising vehicle for a radio station or a beer company or anything else.
And, we're talking about, as long as we're on the subject of money, A lot of people don't realize just how much Mardi Gras generates for the city. We had Bob Foster on of
Sheraton Hotel, I think?
Sheraton Hotel, but he also is with the Downtown Development District or something like that. I can't remember.
Hotel Motel Association, perhaps.
Well, one of those. But anyway, he was on the show this morning, on the morning show, and he was saying that it generates, say if the GOP convention last summer generated maybe 140 million, this thing generates some 300 million or so a year.
Right. University of New Orleans did an economic impact study not long ago, and I think the number they came up with was like 315 million. And it's just an awful lot of money. It's a big industry and something that we would sorely miss if it weren't here.
Well, there are so many ancillary things that it does, ancillary business does affect all over the city, and not just in the downtown area as a convention would, because so many hotels would be filled up and a lot of restaurants here would get it, but all over the area, businesses are affected by Mardi Gras.
That's right, and not just during the carnival season. It's become a big thing now. A lot of people are exporting out of town, and even in June, if you have a convention comes to town, they want a Mardi Gras theme, and sometimes little parades are run through the River Gate and the Superdome, the convention center. So Mardi Gras has become our signature piece for New Orleans, I believe.
And as Mr. Foster was saying this morning, so many times people will look at this city, and that kind of gives it the image that it has around the world. And that's why the Japanese crews are here, the Italian crews, and everybody else are here filming Mardi Gras.
And don't forget the BBC last year did 4 hours, and it helped us a lot.
All right. And let's go to a break, and we'll be back with more coverage right after this.
Hello, I'm Dr. Yvonne Gilliland of the Kushner Heart Clinic. Studies have now conclusively demonstrated that high cholesterol means an increased risk of coronary heart disease and sudden death. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute estimates that over 40 million Americans have cholesterol levels high enough to cause concern. Consult your physician about your cholesterol level and do it now during National Heart Month. Be heart-wise for a better tomorrow.
Your all-star GMC truck dealers announce 4.9% financing, effective immediately.
Get 4.9 financing on all new 1988 and 1989 S15 pickups. Or choose a cash alternative of up to $750 cash back, depending on the S15 pickup you choose. Repeat, 4.9 financing on new 88 and 89 S15 pickups. Or a cash alternative.
See your all-star GMC truck dealer, Crown, Superior, Benson, Causeway, John Brown, Conoyer, and Don Harris.
In Philadelphia, he fought to keep schools open. In West Virginia, he worked to bring the church back to its people. And soon, as Archbishop, he will lead Louisiana's faithful into the next century. Join Tom Foreman for a personal portrait of the Most Reverend Francis B. Schulte, the 12th Shepherd. Saturday night at 8 on WWL-TV, Channel 4. Special coverage of Carnival Spirit 89 is being brought to you by Joe Ellen Smith Psychiatric Hospital and the GMC Truck Division.
Mardi Gras for everybody. Say hi to New Orleans, all the U.S. Marines down there. There you go. Bourbon Street is quickly filling up. It is still a very friendly crowd, and people are continuing to move. I think a lot of people might be moving toward the gay fashion show over on Burgundy Street right about now. But if you look down the street, you can see as far as you can see, there are wall-to-wall people on Bourbon Street. Still a very cordial crowd, and everybody's having a good time. And a lot of locals down here. You think of Bourbon Street as the place where most of the tourists go, but there are a lot of locals here because they're letting us know they're from New Orleans when they pass by. And we're very happy to see the Marines here. They appear to be having a great time. They've been out here for quite some time now. Time now to go to Frank Abdul Davis and Bill Elder at the Eiffel Tower on St. Charles.
Yeah, we are here with you, Andre. And guess what? I want you to take a look. The sun is out, Bill. Oh, yeah. Woo! Woo! The sun is out. I don't know if you're getting the same picture you got before because we need to readjust the camera. This is the first time in about 6 days.
Is it ironic that the float sun spasms is passing by about the time the sun comes out?
Absolutely. So Garland and Angela and Andre and Eric and all the rest, if you haven't gotten sun yet, wait till the float sun spasms comes by.
He'll bring the sun with it.
You're right. The 5-cent restaurant is coming up. This is float number 25 to give you some indication of where the parade is. If you need a location from Bill and I, float 25 is passing St. Charles and Josephine at the Eiffel Tower restaurant right now. The crowd, I don't know whether it's because of the sunshine. Here comes some more, Bill.
Somebody must have a long memory of 5-cent restaurant. They haven't been one of those in a long time.
Oh, you got that right. We're sitting here with the crowd that's excited. The enthusiasm has picked up considerably. Talk about having a good time. They are definitely having a good time here on St. Charles Avenue.
Frank, a little bit about this 5-cent restaurant. We did a little research since you asked about it. Back in 1879, there was one at 160 Bryant Street, and it was called Hearn's Restaurant.
Hearn's?
Yes. And it was billed as the cheapest eating house in the South.
And look at this. Here it is, 1989, and the restaurant's still going strong in the Rex Parade.
What band is this, Frank?
This is the Spirit of New Orleans. Let's listen to them. Listen to that crowd, Bill.
Oh, they're having a great time.
We hope you're having as much fun at home with us at Mardi Gras as we're having here. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. I'm Frank Davis along with Bill Elder on St. Charles and Josephine for the Spirit of Carnival 1989. We'll be back.
Yeah, you're right.
The basic philosophy is that we're really set up as a specialty hospital, a team of not only the clinical people and the nurses, but the other patients. And so once we do the evaluation, then we meet as a team and really develop a treatment plan. If you have a problem, you identify it, you have a way of working on it, you get better.
Joe Ellen Smith Psychiatric Hospital, working together, looking ahead.
If you suffer from any of these medical problems, a contour chair with optional heat and massage may help. I'm Art Linkletter, and I'm concerned about these health problems. That's why I want to mail you this free contour chair catalog. You see, contour chairs are orthopedically designed to provide the kind of firm support you need to help reduce pressure on your legs, thighs, hips, and back. And to raise your legs above your heart, all you have to do is press this button. If you're concerned about your health, get free facts by mail about contour. Find out about the marvelous relaxation that comes from the proper positioning of your body. Let me mail you this free contour chair catalog, filled with details on the health benefits contour chairs provide. Call me to get this important free information by mail now.
Call 1-800-228-1888. That's 1-800-228-1888. Toll free. Call 1-800-228-1888.
Hall and Carnival Spirit 89. And yes, sirree, we can see Rex. He is probably a block and a half from Gallier Hall, maybe 2 blocks. We're looking at all the trucks that precede Rex. Crowd is anticipating this. Pretty soon, within probably a minute or so, we're going to hear some giant cheers. Again, not to say this ad nauseum, but truly the man chosen this year for Rex is so deserving of this honor. If Rex is chosen for the help he does to the community throughout the year, and in this case, man's case, his lifetime, then Bo Bassich is truly a great Rex.
Thank you.
He has done so much for the community, both when he was in business. He retired young, like 62, and then went back to work full-time as executive director of City Park for $1 a year. And I mean to tell you, this man is at City Park 8 to 10 hours a day. And as we have hit on hard times in our community, to have that kind of spirit come forward and say, I love this City Park, I love New Orleans, this is what I can offer. And he told me a couple of weeks ago he has never received his dollar, not gotten the buck that he's earned. I said, well, you can't spend it all in the same place anyway. He said, you're right. Actually, this is his second year, so they're going to owe him $2. But this is a grand day for a marvelous man. And a very short period of time, Rex will be rolling forward. We are looking at Gallier Hall. We're looking at sort of a weird side of Gallier Hall. Here we are. Oh, if you can hear that. Now, we're back at the Eiffel Tower on St. Charles Avenue. Very, very strange people out there. Okay, Jim Henderson, you're on the street. What have you got to say for yourself?
Okay, Angela, we're here with Mr. Mardi Gras Blaine Kern, enjoying your day, I assume.
Cold, but still enjoying it, yes.
What have you been doing this morning?
What do you think? Working my butt and enjoying it, really.
Yeah, you're out of breath. You've been running all over the place.
Come run back to see you guys.
We appreciate it. Tell me your impressions of the carnival that you've seen so far today, Blaine.
The greatest carnival and the parade you're going to see is the most beautiful floats I think I've ever built in my life. Truly, they're gorgeous today.
And that's Rex, and that's coming up shortly, right?
Pray for the sun to come out.
Okay, you enjoy your day. Thanks a lot. Blaine Kern, everybody. He's a hustling dude today. He's running all over the place. Garland, Angela?
You know, Jim, it must be very difficult for a man like that who has built so many floats to say, this is the prettiest. So I think we're all going to be watching very closely because he would certainly be the #1 critic.
I think he said pray for sun. It looks like the prayers are coming true.
Yes, that's right. But you can literally see it fighting to come out. Why don't we take a quick break, and when we come back, Rex will be here as we continue Carnival Spirit 89.
In Louisiana, we're talking business.
Dameron Pearson is a New Orleans company owned and operated by New Orleans people for over 84 years. The business community has been very good to us in the past, and we look forward to the opportunities our great city will offer us in the future. We at Dameron Pearson love New Orleans and wouldn't be anywhere else but New Orleans to conduct our business.
The spirit of business, it's working for Louisiana.
This is a tremendous community. If there's somebody who needs help, this is not the city that forgot to care. This is the city that loves to care. They will reach out and help others as much as they possibly can. I've never seen a community respond the way people do here.
Watch the Action Report with Bill Campo weekdays on Channel 4's Eyewitness News. Another reason we're Louisiana's news leader. Watch Regis and Kathy Lee tomorrow morning on Channel 4.
You're looking at Rex. We're back live, Gallier Hall at Rex, and we're going to be quiet and let you hear the toast of Mardi Gras. Bo Bassett, Rex.
And this
is the most traditional crown and gold leaf canopy. Hail Rex! Welcome, Rex! Your Majesty, we hail you and welcome you to the streets of New Orleans. We thank you for this beautiful day, and we thank you for this beautiful parade. We all wish you well in your reign as King of Carnival, and we lift our glass in a toast to you and say, Hail Rex, King of Carnival, hail Rex.
Mr. Mayor,
everyone here, your beautiful wife, this is a real thrill. And I just hope that everybody in New Orleans is having as much fun as I am. Rex, like everyone else in Carnival, has to depend so much on the city and what they do for us. They do a wonderful job, and I'm not going to say all of them by name because everyone does such a tremendous job for Carnival and for Rex. So to the citizens of New Orleans, the mayor, his beautiful wife, everyone outside, I wish you would drink a toast with me to the city and the citizens of New Orleans and the mayor and his wife.
Hail Rex. Your Majesty, we also have for you a symbol of the citizens of New Orleans, the keys to the city. We welcome you. We thank you for this beautiful parade and this beautiful day. We thank you for the proclamation declaring today a holiday in the city of New Orleans where there would be no business, no schools, and we thank you for this holiday. We give you the keys to the city as a symbol of the keys to the hearts of all the citizens of New Orleans. Thank you for this beautiful parade, this beautiful day. Hail Rex, King of Carnival. Hail Rex, King of Carnival. Thank you. Your Majesty. For those who do not know it, the great King Rex has been a tremendous citizen of the city of New Orleans, Beau Bassett, who's made City Park come back alive. We thank you for your efforts, your commitment, your dedication, your love for the city of New Orleans. Truly, there could not be a greater King of Rex than you, Beau Bassett. Hail to you, Beau. Great. Sun's coming, King. Rex said he's bringing the sun out in the next few minutes. Sun will come out and warm us all up. To the captain and to the crew of Rex, what a beautiful parade. We thank you. We lift our glass and toast to you, Rex, for your commitment to the city of New Orleans, for your support, for your love of this great city. We thank you. And we say, hail to the crew of Rex. Happy Mardi Gras. Congratulations, Beau. Have a great, great ride. King Rex, hail to Rex. Following Rex, float number 2, His Majesty's Bandwagon. Live music from Jerry Leonard and his orchestra. Rex wishes to have music wherever he goes, and he has his own band. And they play If Ever I Cease to Love, the official national anthem of Rex. Happy Mardi Gras. If ever I cease to love. Okay. Now the University of Florida Game Guard Drill Team. I'm fine. What is the royal coat without the royal jester, the postman, and the high
You're looking at the University of Florida drill team. I think Rex, more than any other parade in Carnival, brings in organizations from out of state. One of them I'm sure that we'll see a little bit later is the Rice University drill team that has been here. I remember watching parades 5 years old and seeing the precision drill team. Florida University is not bad either.
Not at all. And what a fun assignment for these kids.
It really has to be. Following this, you'll see the King's Jester. This year, the theme of Rex is a rather unusual one. It's called Lafcadio Hearn's Fantastics. He wrote strange tales and colorful impressions for New Orleans newspapers a century ago. He only lived here about 10 years and went to Japan on assignment, married a Japanese girl there, and never returned to the United States. But his prose was apparently so wonderful during his stay here for the newspaper that Rex chose him as their title this year, Lafcadio Hearns. Each of the floats will depict one of the articles that he wrote over the years. I think it's safe to say he was little known until today's Rex Parade. Starting to move again. A little bit more sunshine and a little bit warmer weather. Just in time.
You know, it was very nice to hear the mayor speak so lovingly to Bo Bassett and to credit him for what he has done for this city throughout his lifetime, and most recently for City Park, because City Park is undergoing a renaissance of sorts, and it took a leader. And during the tough times, we couldn't afford to pay, and so he steps forward and accepts his $1 a year job.
I was going to say, he was paid. They paid him a whole $1.
Well, you know, as I mentioned earlier, he has not received his $1.
Uh-oh.
They owe him.
Could be in deep trouble.
Yeah.
Chapter 13.
I can't believe that we're starting to see the sun. It's like a miracle.
That was not expected today. Following this band is one of the real emblems of the Rex Parade, the Boeuf Gras. I was lucky enough to be asked this year to paint the official Rex poster, and included in that painting is the Boeuf Gras along with Rex in a parade. And one of the things I was doing when I was trying to paint this thing, I kept looking at it. I had photographs, and I kept thinking, there's something wrong here. Something is not right. When I finally realized the photographs were from 10 years ago, when the Boeuf Gras used to be brown and white. It looked more like a Jersey cow than it did a bull. And now it's the emblematic pale white with a little blue Boeuf Gras, the fatted calf that, of course, is sacrificed.
And this one looks like he's freshly painted, and he's got a new garland around his neck.
Yes.
He's even got some beads on his horn. He's in the spirit of it. We can get a shot of that.
We don't quite see it yet, but he's right out of camera range.
Very wise to have earmuffs on. There it is.
Where is he? That's it, with the chef in the background preparing for the fatted calf. One of the things we've pointed out over the years is Rex is probably the only organization that is still using some floats with wooden wheels. And there's one wheelwright in Louisiana that still does this kind of work. And from what I'm told, it makes for a very historic but also a very rough ride.
It's good to see the riders on these floats connected. I know that Bo Bassett's really made that a point, that safety ultimate. ultimate importance. And in their enthusiasm not to be connected, I mean, if there's a sudden stop, they can go flying off those floats, and that has happened before, and people have been critically hurt.
He was one of the ones that fought for the safety standards. I think it was back in the early 70s, there was a float that was blown over or either off of an overpass on its way to a parade. And a number of people were injured, one man very seriously, and from there on out, they tied everybody to stanchions on the float.
Following our wonderful fatted calf is a marvelous bagpipe.
Almost, Adam.
They're called the pipes and drums of New Orleans. Wonder what they have under those skirts.
Lots and lots and lots of something.
I tell that Archie Manning is on one of these floats. I'm really surprised they would let somebody that old still ride.
I know that. Aren't we calling him the world's oldest quarterback?
Hello. Float 5 coming up. If you missed it earlier, the theme behind this parade is a man by the name of Lafcadio Hearn. He worked for the Times-Picayune from 1877 to 1887. He was called a columnist, a reviewer, a translator. He also did his own cartoons along with his columns. And the cartoons were done in woodblocks and then printed. In 1890, Hearn was sent on assignment to Japan, remained there as a teacher, married a lady there, and a writer. He spent the rest of his life there. Obviously, he made a big impression here because this year, he is the spotlight of Rex.
You know, that's a very ambitious theme.
Yes. Number one, just to educate the populace, because I'm sure most of the people catching throws today have no idea what this theme means. It's the ruins of Carthage going off into the sunset, and that's an excerpt of the Times Democrat rather than the Times Picayune of March 7th, 1886. That's a band you're watching from South Carolina.